All my dear audience, students, friends, learner, for today, I would like to share with you some of the concept or the idea that I have learned about, but I have already practiced, and then I have already witnessed, in my society or in the other part of the world. Social entrepreneurship, which is a very dynamic concept. When I mean dynamic, that means that social entrepreneurship can be the essence, or can be the seeds, or can be the yeast to make some other things happen through social entrepreneurship. I think this is a very important concept. I'm hoping that you and me, that we can grow together and to learn together. Social entrepreneurship, especially when we live in a democratic society, when we talk about democratic governance. And what does democracy mean? In Greek, democracy means rule by the people. So as a citizen, and as a person, and as one of the public in a society, you and me, we have to learn how to rule and how to govern. I think that's quite important. So therefore, not only our voice need to be heard, and we need to develop our own responsible action to create the resources and to also to solve the problem, and voluntarily and or collectively. Therefore, are we an entrepreneurial master of the society? And can we, do we have a kind of ruling capacity and to govern our society? So this is the number one question that related to the social entrepreneur or social entrepreneurship. That we are developing our governing capacity and to work with our people and to pursue for good governance. But number two, entrepreneurial. This is a very weird word, okay, entrepreneurial. Still remember in 1980, everybody talk about reinventing government. But in Chinese, sometimes we translate that into a business-like a government. But government is government, business is business. Business is different from government, government is different from business. But actually, reinventing government is not telling government to become business, okay? No, that's the wrong idea. It is called the entrepreneurial government. I think that's quite important. So entrepreneurship is a good word. Like we are always pursuing for excellency, for better governance, for better performance, and to serve our people better. Therefore, when we talk about social entrepreneurship, that we would like to develop, okay, and social entrepreneurship, that we can serve our people better and serve our community better, and to let our community or our society benefit from what we are doing. Businessman is different from social entrepreneur. Business entrepreneur is also different from social entrepreneur. And businessman is smart with the profitability and productivity. They know how to earn money. They know how to do the thing efficiently. Business entrepreneur, they are very smart in leading, in the value adding. So they are kinds of business empire building type of person. And they are very much concentrating on strategy. And they know the strategy. And they have a good taste. And they have a good vision and in their business future development. However, the social entrepreneur, sometimes we have the word entrepreneur, but we have a social in front of it. So that carry total different connotation and different spirit. And social entrepreneur is a kind of person clear with clear mission. And social entrepreneur is a clear mission with talent, enthusiasm, and serendipity. Okay. So they change the society with the people, especially with the people they are living or staying with. I call it local people. And they enable good governance by creating endurable resources and economy. So there is a debate. Is social enterprise a business? Or is social enterprise is other economic activity? But to me, I would say social enterprise is a business plus. Okay, it is a social business, but they are working on something that's with great mission and with the talent, the enthusiasm that has been demonstrated through those social entrepreneur, and they are the change maker and social reformer. Social entrepreneur, they move their business from ROI to SROI, return on investment, to social return on investment. So they put their emphasis, okay, they perceive their performance more from how their investment or how their business can lead to the social transformation and also back to the democratic governance for good governance. So social entrepreneur is a kind of, it's not kind of entrepreneur, but they are not that kind of productivity or profitability oriented, and they are very relaxing person for that, no. But for the democratic governance, that the theory of democratic governance, social entrepreneur, they are still facing the basic duty as an entrepreneurial master for good governance, to fulfill their responsibility as a good citizen. Okay, so there are some kind of unique feature of the social entrepreneur. When you want to create your own business as a social enterprise, and several things that you need to have the checklist. Okay, number one, you do not just show your interest in something you would like to do, but you need to have burning heart for that also. I asked several students, and they told me, Professor Wu, I would like to have a bakery. I would like to have a bakery shop and coffee shop. And I told them, what is that good for? And they say, I would like to cook coffee and making bread. Okay, probably they are very interested in the subject, but they don't have burning heart, for that. When I say burning heart, that means they have the passion, they have the talent, and for that, and they have a mission for that. Also, being a good social entrepreneur, you need to have an interdisciplinary knowledge. That means good knowledge and plus innovative business model. You are entrepreneur, you need to learn how to create innovative business model. It is not only win-win for everybody, but it is also create substantial, sustainable development also. Social entrepreneur, they always co-working with friendship, fellowship, partnership. They develop their team building or team cohesiveness. The final one, I feel that social entrepreneur, they develop sensitive commitment to the UN SDG, United Nations, like United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, practices. In 2015, the UN, announced UN SDGs to replace UN MDG. That's United Nations Millennium Development Goal. So there are 17 goals, but when you look at those goals over there, that you will find very interesting thing. Okay, for the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, look at, we need to deal with poverty, hunger, the good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water, sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work, economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, okay, and reducing inequality, sustainable city and community, responsible consumption and production, climate action, and then life below water and life on land. It's like an ocean or like a continent, and also peace, justice, a strong institution, and partnership for goal. Those are the UN SDG. So being a social entrepreneur, and you need to be sensitive to the commitment to the UN SDG practices. Okay, so if you ask me, social entrepreneur, like what kind of capacity that we have to build, okay, I would like to say three things. Okay, social entrepreneur actually is a social designer. I think quite important. Okay, and we integrate things, and we can design things and for our plan and for our goals. Okay, and he is a social enabler. He is a very positive person, always good at making good things happen. And he is social reformer and working with their own people. And he is a kind of change maker. And what does social design mean? Okay, here's my definition. Social design is an act of the social inspiration with social innovation and enabling governance. Social design means forging and forming new governing organization, institution, structure through entrepreneurship, fellowship, partnership, or platform or network to enable resources creation, to enhance problem solution, and to empower stakeholders for the benefit of society and community. So here, as social designer, I would say he is good at pulling everything together to create the resources for resolving the social problem, and also to empower the citizen or stakeholder. But the end result will be for society and community to benefit from. Okay, this is, so a lot of men, for me, I would like to share with you. And I'm not a so-called interior designer, and I'm not a product designer. But I think about myself as a social designer, that we can pull different things and find the interfaces and build a win-win game for everybody, and that we can make good things happening. I think this is very important. So we need to learn, a social entrepreneur need to learn how to be a good social designer. Okay, look at, the new governance, the concept of the new governance. In the past, we talk about public and private partnership, state and market, okay? But in probably stuff from 1980, that we begin to talk about civil society or NGO. So we have three sectors, the third sector. The first sector state, the second sector market or business, the third sector will be the civil society. And we say three sectors, collaboration. But up to 2015, 2016, 2017, there is another social movement emerge, okay? And that's social enterprise. That we find the social problem, but we want to resolve the social problem collectively or voluntarily. That we have autonomous, okay? We don't have to secure the government support first, but we will be able to create the resources that we need for resolving the problem. And so when you are doing business, you don't do it for profitability. You do it for resolving the problem. And when you want to resolve the problem, you don't ask the money from the government. And you create your own social enterprise and to create the resources to resolve the problem. Social enterprise. And social enterprise is an economic activity also, but it is a very unique economic activity that working with local economy and working with local people and working with the stakeholder and also. So, when we say new governance or enabling governance, that we need to have a state, market, social enterprise, and civil society. We all work together. Resources creation. Okay. Social entrepreneur, we need to learn how to create the resources. So I have a book, I just published last year. I talk about social resources creation with 3B principles. There are 3 Bs, and I just love it, okay, very much, okay. Bonding, okay. Especially Taiwan and the Philippines, for the last few years, we talk about bonding a lot. Taiwan and the Philippines bond together to soar higher and to serve our region better. So bonding is a very, very good word, and we need to bond together. That we need to be bond that we are in debt to each other and we love each other and we share the same vision and dream altogether. I think bonding, that's very, very important. Okay, so when you are a social entrepreneur, please, you need to learn how to make people bond together. That's quite important. If you don't bond the people together, okay, your business or your the business that you are thinking about to create or your enterprise, there is no power of kindness or power. There is no touching power at all. There is no way that you can have a great, a group of people to throw in their resources to support you. Bonding together is very important. Number 2 is bridging. Okay, finding interfaces. That's very important. You need to have a social intelligence. We need to develop appreciative intelligence. We appreciate. We need to envision, the interfaces among different things. Okay, and how we can, cooperate together. Recently, I just read an article. It's a very interesting article talking about potato and tomato. Okay. And potato and tomato, they are totally two different. They don't have anything to do with each other. And you don't eat tomato and potato at the same time. Okay, difficult. But when you have a potato and you change that, you transform that into a French fry, and then you transform potato into a potato jam, right? Okay. And a French fry need tomato anyway. Okay, did you see the interfaces already? Okay, so we need to have a very good understanding. We need to have a very good appreciation about what will be happening. You need to perceive the interfaces with new eyes, new vision. Okay, once you can find the interfaces, you are creating something out of nothing, really. Okay, the third one, we're building. Okay, you need to work with the people and to build the innovative business model for that. When I say business model, please don't confuse with business model. That means profitability. No, business model for me is the model, is the working plan, is the working framework that you will be able to generate resources to resolve the problem. Okay, so 3B principle: bonding, bridging, and building. That's very easy. There are social resources creation with 3B principle for social entrepreneur. Okay, so social entrepreneurship for me is what kind of activity they are doing. They can do things through the social enterprise, community interest company, deep economy, co-working platform, and social networking for sharing economy. And let me share with you, okay, social entrepreneurship, they are actually reshaping the economy by big society. Okay. In Great Britain, okay, for the last 10 years, they have been promoting a public policy, so-called big society policy. And it's not a big government, it's not a big business, it's a big society. Why big society? We began to understand now, for the new governance, for the enabling governance, we need to citizen to partake, to participate, to get involved in any aspect of public governance, and even in their business. So they also can create their business called social enterprise, community interest company, or deep economy, co-working platform, or social networking for sharing economy. So actually, social entrepreneurship is reshaping economy by big society also. Okay. So this is a book that I wrote in 2008. Okay. You know, I submitted this idea, enabling governance. And when I say enabling governance, you know, governance is not government. Governance with government and governance without government are equally important. Okay, let me reiterate. Governance with government and governance without government are equally important. Okay. In a democratic society, civil society, or social enterprise, but we are doing things sometimes independently, collectively, and voluntarily. And we are enabling good governance even without the participation of the government. Social enterprise is the same. Okay? It's participating in and good governance, or to enable good governance through social enterprise or social entrepreneurship. This is a book that I published in Taiwan called Social Enterprise. Okay, Power of Good. Okay, in Taiwan 2014 we call it the year of the social enterprise. So social enterprise become very popular now in Taiwan, in Philippines, in Southeast Asia. Actually, it's in all over the world. Okay. Okay. The other one we call it deep economy. Okay. This book was written by Bill McKibben in 2009. Okay. When I read this one, the concept of this book really, quite consistent with what I'm thinking. Okay. And deep economy, what is the deep? That means deep means root, means local, means community. So this is nothing to do with the industrial part. This is nothing to do with the intelligent part, or this is nothing to do with the scientific part. This is dealing with local people, local community, and local problem, and local economy. So we call it deep economy. That is the wealth of community and the endurable future. Bill McKibben. And here, the wealth of the community and the durable future is this is a non-fiction work by environmentalist Bill McKibben, published in 2007 in the field of ecological economics. It promotes sustainable economy through close communities, with regions generating their own food, energy, culture, and entertainment. McKibben defines deep economy as one that cares less about quantity than about quality, that takes as its goal the production of the human satisfaction as much as surplus material, that is focused on the idea that it might endure and consider durability at least as important as increase in size. This is the nature, the definition, and of deep economy. So this book, I published in 1996, talking about a study on public and private partnering, and for joint development in the urban context. Okay, so through the public and private in a partnership, and through the 3B principle, bonding, bridging, and the building together, and we make a lot of good things happen. Okay, here in Kaohsiung, that we have several examples for that. Okay, and when I was the Director General of the Human Resources Development Bureau in government in early 2000, probably 2003, and we have a building with 250 some rooms underutilized, and really, I mean, they are, I should not say abandoned or deserted, but they are underutilized. But we use the concept of the public and private partnership. We invite the private money in, and we renovate it and become a 5-star hotel, but at the same time provide the most modern training environment for government official, and also for the teacher, and also provide extra service for industry also. And that was called a garden villa project. That was a very famous and very successful project also. Okay, within the MRT station, the same. Okay, we have a MICE corridor here. Kaohsiung Formosa station, a MICE corridor here. And this corridor, because Kaohsiung MRT, we only have 2 lines, and we don't have enough ridership. Therefore, a lot of space within the MRT station, we don't have enough consumer to come in and to consume any kind of commercial oriented store here. Okay, but I asked a MRT company, I say, why don't we convert those spaces or those stores? Originally we planned for commercial purposes, but can we transform into a more learning oriented, meeting oriented, and exhibition more oriented, and provide a very good facility or accessibility for citizens to come here to learn? When they ride the MRT, they don't come over here to shop. They come here to learn, to meet with people. I think this is a very good idea. So we have a project so-called Formosa MICE Corridor, and set up for that. And that turned out to be a very successful one, because one of the a major funder and of this project, and he told me, he said, Professor Wu, I would like to see this project to be completed, because he feels the best place in the city, the best location in the city is not for commercial store. That should be for learning purposes. That should be for citizens, come here to rest, to learn, or even to meet with each other for better idea that people can fellowship together here. So we start the Formosa MRT MICE Corridor project probably 7 years ago, and it turned out to be a very successful one. Okay, if we invest not only for productivity or that kind of profitability, but we invest with a strong, mission for the benefit of the society, that it will turn out to be, socially, I would say socially abundant, or socially very productive, and that will turn out to that something that you don't expect, but it turned out just beyond your imagination. Okay, so let me conclude that for the social entrepreneur and the social entrepreneurship, that we need to learn. Okay, social entrepreneur is not a businessman, and social entrepreneur is not a business entrepreneur, but social enterprise, which the social entrepreneur is doing, is a business also. Okay, but we have carried different mission, and we have a different method. Of course, we are seeking for efficiency, and we need to do it effectively, efficiently. But productivity, yes, we need to focus on. Of course, profitability, that we need to have a profit. However, those are the basic thing that, without saying that, we need to be a very, how do you say that, managerially capable or responsible. However, as social entrepreneur, they understand they do not focus only for productivity and for profitability only. They have a higher goal, higher purpose, and higher interest they want to serve. And that is, they will call for a special mission for the good governance or for the better governance and to resolve the social problems. Okay. So social entrepreneur is a good social designer. They know how to create their own resources. It's a social reformer. They bring about the change that people is longing for, the society is longing for. And social entrepreneur is a social enabler. He is a positive, optimistic, and always see the future. They don't get frustrated easily, and he has the hope to see and to wait. And several years later, probably we will be able to witness the fruits that we plant and the seeds. Okay, so that's probably some of the concept that I would like to present to you as social entrepreneurship and social entrepreneur and social enterprise. Thank you. Formosa MRT Corridor. Okay, when we say corridor, that means it is located in the basement of Formosa MRT station, and there is a kind of a tunnel, and that will connect different exits. And in this corridor, we have several kinds of spaces or stores that could be used, for a public or for commercial, reason, for commercial purposes. Okay. However, that when I was the president of the Open University of Kaohsiung, and we developed our idea how we can serve our citizen or our lifelong learner better. I would say subway station would be a very good, suitable and accessible place for them to come, because they can ride the MRT to come over and without any parking problem, and they will be able to come here to learn, to meet with the people. So later on I will take you to visit the Formosa MRT Corridor. However, this is the first the space that we use, even not only for learning, for a meeting, but we provide assistance for social enterprise also. So Agricaya, for them, we are incubating them, and they can come over here, and this becomes a gathering place, a fellowship center for all the social enterprise or social enterprise related activity. They come here to meet very easily. So within the MRT station, and you will be able to see, some of the co-working place for social enterprise. Okay, some of the co-working place for social enterprise. Okay, my dear friend, look at the tunnel here. Okay, did you see it? Okay, this is connected to the night market. Okay, the most famous night market in Kaohsiung, everybody wants to go there. Okay, so we have a lot of tourists during the night time. I mean, during the daytime, that we have a passenger passing by. Okay, but how you are going to do with those shops? Okay, those stores that on both sides of this tunnel. If you look at the writer, we don't have that many of the writer, especially during the night time. So if you have a shop here, you are losing money because you cannot generate too much of the revenue. So the best use of the space within the MRT station is not for commercial purposes. That should be for something higher, better, and related to become the feature of the city. Okay, I think that's quite important. But if you want to have this kind of implementation, you want to implement, because traditionally a lot of people look at MRT, that means MRT must have a lot of ridership and consumer, so we can make money out of those in the rider or consumer. So we should have the those in a store into a commercial store for business. That might be the case in New York. That might be the case in Taipei, but that is not the case here in Kaohsiung. But if you look at ROI, return on investment, you would not be able to get, the result that you want. But if you look at the SROI, social return on investment, you will get a lot of the result, remarkable result that influence the city, that provide benefit to the citizen. Okay, Formosa MRT Corridor. We do not look at that from ROI perspective. We look at that from SROI perspective. So MRT Corridor, we transform those stores into the learning classroom. Okay, transform that into a meeting place. Transform that into the co-working place for social enterprise, for learning, for co-working, for meeting. And do you know what happened? For those international visitors who come over here, they just cannot believe that they will be able to find, for instance, the Human Rights Learning Studio. Human Rights Learning Studio within the MRT station. Not just impossible in other country. Okay, in other MRT system. Okay, there is no way to do that. Okay, and here, this was set up several years ago by the mayor of the Kaohsiung city, Chen Ji, and she would like to make Kaohsiung as a human rights city. So she asked me that when I was the president of the Open University, would I be able to set up a so-called human rights learning studio here in Kaohsiung? So let me tell you what, a lot of foreigners when they come, a lot of foreign workers when they come, they are seeking for foreign workers human rights assistance. When those mainland Chinese, when they come over here for the visiting, they are very surprised. They are here to get the human rights information during their trip to Kaohsiung for the tourism. For international scholars, when they come, they found there is no such thing in the other country that you can have a learning place, a learning classroom for human rights, and within the most accessible MRT station. There is no way that you can find that. Because of those, what I just explained to you, that truly make the MRT in Kaohsiung so unique, so attractive, so I would say very self-revealing, okay, of the city. If you only look at the ROI, you know, you will never create this kind of press function within the MRT. But you need to look at from social return on investment. Okay, look at this white color piano. How it was in a press here. You know, there is a crazy idea. There was a crazy idea, and that has been brought out. Okay, and you look at the Tomb of Lies. You know, this is the most beautiful one. Okay, this is within the MRT station, and a very beautiful, you know, a masterpiece of art here. And because it's a tomb, okay, and so if you're making some music or singing, that you will have that very beautiful echo, okay. Yeah, like a concert, and that would be great. So you know, we have been walking here one day. So I talked to the general manager of the MRT, okay. Actually, he is the general manager of the Taipei MRT right now. But back to 7 years ago, he was the Kaohsiung MRT company's general manager. Okay, Mr. Yen. Okay, and here we are good friends, crazy people. So I just suggest to him. I say, General Manager Yen, do you mind if we can do one thing crazy together, and we put a piano here? And let citizens, if they want to feel they want to pray, and they can come over here, not for performance, but for enjoyment. Okay, not for performance, but for enjoyment. And he said, "Why here?" I say, "Because this is a Tomb of Life." Okay, you will make them feel they are the superstar playing the piano, you know, in a very war, you know, class, you know, stage. Okay, and people when passengers are passing through by, you know, by riding the MRT, they will be able to, you know, stay and listen to that. Okay, and let me tell you, this piano was placed here, but who is going to pay for that? That's the problem. Okay, so I talked to I went to a second-hand piano company. Okay, they have a white one, like it was this one. Okay, and then I asked the owner of that company over there, I say, "Do you mind put your white, you know, grand piano, you know, within the MRT station, in Formosa MRT station?" Do you know what they asked me? They say, "Who are you?" I say, "This is Professor Wu." They say, "Who gave you the authority to say that?" Okay. No, I say, no, nobody gave me the authority. That's just a crazy idea that I have. If you say yes, you want to do that, and I think three of us that we can make it possible. The general manager of the Kaohsiung, you know, MRT station, and me, and he said, "Yes, we are more than happy to do that." Okay, and then they just moved the piano here, and then MRT company they just, you know, make the stand over there. Okay, and then it come true. If you look at the YouTube right now, so-called Formosa MRT station piano, you will find so many YouTubes. They are making their own video, they are making their own concert, they are making their own dancing and singing, you know, around the piano all the time. You can see all the time. Okay, bonding together, bridging the interfaces, and building the win-win situation for everybody. You make good things happen. Okay, this is, we are within Kaohsiung Formosa MRT station right now. We have two processes, okay? The first one is called City of Light. Okay, this was, these two offices were set up by Guam Community Church, okay? And they provide these two places for young youngster if they want to have a co-working place altogether. Okay. So did you see this one? They have a small table, for different group of people come over here. So this one turned out to be here. Joint office of Formosa Boulevard Social Enterprise. Did you see that one? Did you see the sign over there? Okay. Within the MRT station.
That's right.
This office, two of them, were set up probably 6 or 7 years ago, okay, by a church. Actually, it's my church, okay. So I asked them if we can have these two, a space, rented and provide a good, more accessible and inexpensive co-working place for youngsters. That would be great. I have never told you yet in the past. Okay, no. But actually, we are incubating so many in here. Okay, I should not say I'm a social entrepreneur, but actually I'm practicing it. I'm implementing it. I'm a believer of that, okay? You have a different value that you can create. But for us, social entrepreneur, we create the most durable, endurable, sustainable, remarkable influence and impact result for our society.